Askreddit thread. What's your favorite 1 or 2 line joke? I, for one, like Roman numerals. A Roman legionnaire walks into a bar, holds up 2 fingers, and says, 5 beers, please. What? A Roman leader walks into a bar and says to the bartender, may I have a martini, please? Dry. Don't you mean a martini? No. I'll have a martinus, please. Dry. Don't you mean a martini? Hey, if I wanted a double, I would have asked for it. I don't get that. A German walks into a bar and asks for a martini. Dry. Nein, just one. Okay, I don't get any of these. Women only call me ugly until they find out how much money I make. Then they call me ugly and poor. Can a woman make you a millionaire? Only if you're a billionaire. How do you make a small fortune in esocentric hobby industry? Start with a large fortune. Richard Branson once said, if you want to be a millionaire, start with $1 billion and launch a new airline. Apparently, someone in London gets stabbed every 52 seconds. Poor bastard. You don't need a parachute to go skydiving. You need a parachute to go skydiving twice. Oh, reminds me of my favorite saying. If at first you don't succeed, skydiving's not for you. Parallel lines have so much in common, it's a shame they'll never meet. The classic winner of this thread, because it's literally about lines. 2 of them, too. I took the shell off my racing snail, thinking it would make him run faster. If anything, it made him more sluggish. What is a slug? A snail with a housing problem. What is a slug? Glass breaks. Miserable pile of mortgage debts. What? Want to hear a word I just made up? Plagiarism. What? Want to hear a joke I just made up? Plagiarism. How many flies does it take to screw in a light bulb? Only 2. The hard part is getting them into the light bulb. Moths, on the other hand. What did the pirate say when he turned 80? Aye, matey. Oh, I'm 80. I get it. Actually, that's a pretty good one for my joke channel. What's a pirate's favorite letter? You think it'd be R, but they love the C. It's actually P, because without it, they'd be irate. I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. Did you hear about the duck with a drug problem? He was a quackhead. People say I'm condescending. That means I talk down to others. People say I'm narcissistic, but I think I'm better than that. That's a good one. People say I'm condescending. That means I talk down to others. A recent survey showed that 6 out of 7 dwarfs are not happy. Jimmy Carr. I don't get it. I once dumped a girl for lying about her weight. I say that she died in a bungee jumping accident. If you want my comeback, you'll have to scrape it off your mom's teeth. Oh, that's gross. It's sad that a family can be torn apart by something as simple as a pack of wild dogs. Yes, I miss Jack Candy. Dad always said laughter is the best medicine. Guess that's why we all died of tuberculosis. Okay. A plateau is the highest form of flattery. A physicist sees a young man about to jump off. Physicist sees a young man about to jump off the Empire State Building. He yells, "Don't do it! You have so much potential." The man decides the physicist is right and goes down to street level to thank him. The physicist takes one look at the man and says, "Oh, never mind." I don't get that. My grandpa's last words before kicking the bucket: "I wonder how far I can kick this bucket." If a twosome is sex with 2 people, and a threesome is sex with 3 people, then now I know why I keep getting called handsome. If progress is moving forward, is Congress moving backwards? Pro and con are opposites. The fact is clearly seen. If progress means move forward, then what does congress mean? What do you call a cheap circumcision? A rip-off. Ugh. I've just eaten an entire bag of Scrapple's tiles. My next shit could spell disaster. What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? I've never had a Okay, I started laughing before I could finish that. Okay, let's get back to this. What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face. I can't. That's a great one. Oh, I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face, but I have had a chickpea on my face. I use the same joke, but say lentil instead of garbanzo, largely because I have no idea what a garbanzo bean is. The joke works best because chickpea is another name for garbanzo bean. Like asking, why did the Frenchman cover up with green beans when he was cold? He kept warm under haircut verts. I don't get that. Question. How do you think the unthinkable? Answer. With an iceberg. What? For those of you who don't get it, imagine Mike Tyson saying the joke, or just say it out loud. How do you think the unthinkable? With an iceberg. I don't get it. I never wanted to believe that my dad was stealing from his job as a road worker, but when I got home, all the signs were there. What does a chicken coop have 2 doors? No, why does a chicken coop have 2 doors? If it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan. Huh. Ha ha. I hate Russian dolls. They are so full of themselves. Why couldn't the blind man see his friends? He was married. A man is sad. Shame. And the Lord said to John, come forth, and you shall receive eternal life. But John came 5th and won a toaster. I told the Chinese waiter the chicken was rubbery. He thanked me. I don't get it. Rubbery equals lovely if you swap I for... Oh, I told the Chinese waiter the chicken was lubbery. He thanked me. What do you call a party without any white people? Crack-a-lackin'. What do you call 5 black people having sex? A threesome. Oh, I don't get it. 3/5 compromise. My friend gave me his EP pen as he was dying. It seemed very important to him that I have it. His EP pen. How many Alzheimer's patients does it take to change a light bulb? To get to the other side. I may have Alzheimer's, but at least I don't have Alzheimer's. Did you hear about the midget sidekick that broke out of prison? He's a small medium at large. Did you hear about the prison guard who saw him climbing down a rope during his escape? He thought, that's a little condescending. What did Jay-Z call his girlfriend before marrying her? Fiancé. What's so good about living in Switzerland? Well, the flag's a big plus. Why did Miss Piggy call in sick to work? She had a frog in her throat. My grandfather had the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban from the Central Park Zoo. There are 10 types of people in this world. Those who know binary, those who don't, and those who don't expect this to be a base 3 joke. Why are jokes in base 8 never funny? Because 7, 10, 11. I went to a zoo, and the only animal there was a single dog. It was a Shih Tzu. A senior citizen called her husband during his drive home. Herman, I just heard on the news that there's a car going the wrong way on Interstate 90. Please be careful. Herman said, it's not just one car. There's hundreds of them. What's brown and sticky? A stick. What's brown and rhymes with Snoop? Dr. Dre. What's brown and ruddy? Usain Bolt. Buffalo drops his son off at school. Says, "Bye, son. It's not premarital sex if you never get married." Why was everyone in the room looking up and cheering? They were ceiling fans. You can never lose a homing pigeon. If your homing pigeon doesn't come back, what you've lost is a pigeon. What's the difference between erotic and kinky? Erotic is using a feather. Kinking is using the whole chicken. At what age do you think it's appropriate to tell a highway it's adopted? My wife accused me of being immature. I told her to get out of my fort. What is the capital of Greece? About 20, whatever that is. What's worse than finding a worm in your apple? The Holocaust. Why aren't there any knock-knock jokes about freedom? Because freedom rings. I've heard like so many of these before. What do you call a dog with steel balls and no hind legs? Sparky. The first rule of Alzheimer's clubs is don't talk about chess club. The frustrated cannibal threw up his arms. I don't have a girlfriend, but I do know a woman who'd be mad at me for saying that. I named my dog Tax, and every night when I open the front door, income tax. Why did the hooker wear high heels? She didn't want to sell herself short. What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball? Making a gaggy noise. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. I wonder how long it will take the sketch artist to figure out that I'm describing him. This girl approached me on the street and said she recognized me from the vegetarian club. I was confused. I've never seen her before. That's a great play on words. How many police officers does it take to beat up a black man? None. He fell down the stairs. What did the cowboy say at the German car show? Audi. Why does Mike Tyson cry during sex? Because of the pepper spray. I had to stop dating the girl with the lazy eye. She was seeing a guy on the side. A drum set falls off a cliff. Bada-tis. Badum-tis. What did the leper say to the prostitute? Keep the tip. Have you ever had sex while camping? It's fucking intense. Oh, intense, I get it. Why did the monkey fall out of the tree? Because it was dead. Santa gave me coal for Christmas last year, so I decided to get back at him and poison his cookies. Somehow, though, the bastard found out and killed my dad. What? So there's two goldfish next to each other in a tank. The one says to the other, "Hey, do you know how to drive this thing?" What turns from green to red at the flick of a switch? A frog in a blender. Did you hear? Grandpa got burnt the other day. How badly? Well, they don't fuck around at the crematorium. That's 3 lines. Get the fuck out of here. Schrodinger cat walks into a bar. And doesn't. What is Canada's oldest red wine? I want my land back. Wow. That is savage. Say what you want about deaf people. 2 cannibals are talking. One says, I don't like my mother-in-law. The other one says, so just eat the noodles. I entered 10 puns into a local joke contest, hoping one would win, but no pun intended. That's a great one. I see what you did there. No pun intended. Some gems from Stephen Wright. I bought some powdered water, but I don't know what to do to it. The other day, someone stole everything in my apartment and replaced it with an exact replica. You can't have everything. Where would you put it? Here's a few, all from the genius, the one-liners that is Tim Vine. Exit signs, they're on the way out. Black Beauty, now there's a dark horse. Crime in multi-story car parks. That is wrong on so many different levels. I've just been on a once-in-a-lifetime holiday. I'll tell you what, never again. So I told my girlfriend I had a job in a bowling alley. She said, 10-pin? I said, no, it's a permanent job. So this lorry full of tortoises collided with a van full of terrapins. It was a turtle disaster. What's big, gray, and cannot fly? A parking lot. A dyslexic man walks into a bra. I waited all night wondering when the sun would come up. Then it dawned on me. A neutron walks into a bar and tries to pay for a drink. The bartender says, "For you, it's no charge." The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve faster than light particles here." A Tycon walks into a bar. To all of you who said I was going to be a bad parent, have you seen the little guy lately? Because I seem to have misplaced him. Alright. Some of them were pretty good. I really like that one where I literally could not stop laughing while reading it. Where is it at? I know I upvoted it. Oh yeah. What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face. I don't know why I find that one so funny.